Are you faced with a divorce in Wisconsin? Most people make their biggest financial mistakes before they even file. My name is Jeff Hughes. I'm the lead attorney for Sterling Lawyers. And in this video, I will show you 6 smart money moves to protect your savings, your credit, and your future before it's too late. Smart money move number 1, document the essentials. Most people lose money in a divorce not because they fought too hard, but because they didn't document enough. I recall once we had a client and she was positive that her husband had a second savings account. And sure enough, it did not show up on his financial disclosure statement. She had seen the statement several years prior, but didn't keep it and did not have the account number or recall what bank it was in. No paperwork and no proof, and that account vanished into thin air. Now here's the thing, if you can't prove it, you cannot protect it in a Wisconsin divorce. Our courts divide marital property up 50-50, but if you don't bring documentation, the court will not go hunting for it on its own. It's your job to build a paper trail before anyone else even files. That is when it's the easiest to find these documents. Now here's what to start gathering. Number 1, copies of all financial statements, and that includes all retirement accounts for both parties, all savings, checking, brokerage accounts, any account that is a financial account. They'll have all the information on them that you may later and likely will later need. Number 2, take pictures of all valuables that don't have titles that go with them. That would include jewelry. That's the big one, right? It would also include any valuable collections, anything that does not have a title that is of value. Take a photograph of that. Number 3, pull together all of your tax returns and all of the supporting documents that go with them. And do that as far back as you reasonably can, because sometimes those underlying documents will have clues to other accounts that you may or may not know of. And number 4, you need to put together a financial disclosure statement with your budget and know what your budget is roughly before you file. And remember, documentation isn't just helpful, it's your shield. Smart money move number 2, protect your credit. Your credit score is one of the most powerful tools after a divorce, and most people don't think about protecting it before and as they are going through their divorce case. When you separate, your name remains on all of the joint accounts until it is purposefully and intentionally removed from those accounts. And if your spouse were to rack up credit card charges, for example, or miss a payment, your credit will also take a hit. In Wisconsin, divorce doesn't protect you from joint debt. Even if your settlement statement says your ex is responsible, lenders can still come after you if your name is still on the account. Here's how to take control. Pull your credit report now. Know what's in your report. Monitor all of your joint accounts very closely. And if necessary, without disrupting the relationship, freeze or close joint accounts if you can. Open up a new credit card in your name only to build independent credit. Document all payments and balances in case you need to go back and prove anything later to the court. Smart money move number 3, handle retirement accounts correctly. Your retirement accounts could be your biggest asset in a divorce and also maybe your biggest risk. I recall once an opposing party pulled out $60,000 out of his 401k right before filing, and he thought he was protecting his money. Instead, what happened was he triggered a 10% early withdrawal penalty, ended up owing thousands of dollars in taxes, and the court still counted that as marital property. So just because it's your retirement account doesn't mean you can do what you want during a divorce. In Wisconsin, retirement savings, they are subject to the same 50-50 division that all other property is subject to. So you can't just go withdraw and transfer funds without doing it the right way. One of the ways you can do that is what's called a QDRO, a QDRO. That is a Qualified Domestics Relations Order. It allows for the legal division of retirement accounts without penalties or tax consequences. But if you act before you get one, you could be making a terribly expensive mistake. So here's what to do. Like I said earlier, gather all statements for all retirement accounts. Don't withdraw any money without first talking with a lawyer. Understand the penalties and the taxes associated with that. Wait for court orders and a QDRO before making any moves. Factor in the taxes when dividing assets. Not all dollars are equal. So, for example, $100 in a 401k is not worth the same as $100 in cash. Understand how taxes interplay with those things. Smart money move number 4, spending strategies. Every dollar you spend during a divorce tells a story, and the court is watching. When you're going through a divorce, the smart goal is to maintain financial stability, maintain your spending patterns, and keep really solid record. Don't do anything too extreme in either direction. Just keep doing what you've been doing all along. And the courts, they won't have a problem with that. But sudden changes like large purchases or huge cash withdrawals or canceling policies, that can make you look bad, could ruin your credibility, make it look like you're hiding money or something, and it can sabotage your case. Here's how to stay on the court's good side as you're going through a divorce or leading up into a divorce. Track and save your receipts for all major spending. Keep your normal spending habits. Keep records of any unusual purchases that are out of the normal pattern. And most definitely, keep paying regular bills like rent, house payments, insurance, and utilities. Do not deviate from any of that stuff. Don't make big purchases without documentation and without discussion with your soon-to-be ex. That could get you in big trouble. Don't sell or give away valuables. Don't hide money. Don't cancel key policies. Don't make any big sudden cash withdrawals. It raises red flags, and you don't want to damage your credibility going through a divorce action. Bottom line, every transaction can be used as evidence for or against you. Be consistent, be smart, and let your records speak for themselves. Smart money move number 5, protect your business interests. If you own a business, it's not just your career, it's one of your most valuable marital assets. And in a divorce, that makes it a big target. In Wisconsin, businesses, they are marital assets and they are subject to 50-50 division. But here's the good news. You can protect your business and you could do it legally and strategically. So here's how you do that. It starts with gathering all business tax returns and financial records going back in time. Document your role and your time investment. The court wants to see how involved you are. Keep normal operations running. Sudden drops in revenue, that raises suspicion. And don't mix personal and business expenses. Clean books matter. And most people, when they go get a divorce, they do have some personal expenses in there. So do your best to identify those and remove those from the business as you are able to. Get a professional valuation early so you're negotiating with the facts, not with the feelings of what the other party thinks it is or what you might think it is. Smart money move number 6, create your financial plan prior to filing. Too many people focus on getting through the legal process thinking, I'll figure out the rest later. But later, too often, can turn into regret. Oftentimes, clients come in to see us and the marital residence is a big emotional issue. Oftentimes, it's the children were raised in it or they've lived in it for a long time and they felt very attached to it and they wanted to hang on to it. But as so often is the case, it just does not make financial sense to retain the house. It's more than just the mortgage on the house and more than just the taxes on the house. It's the upkeep and all the responsibilities that go with owning a house that's oftentimes too big just for one person to live in. And so a lot of times we have to walk through with the client on building the right financial budget and plan for their future that does not include the house, because including it would only put undue stress and pressure on their life post-divorce. The smartest divorce plans aren't just what you walk away with from an asset standpoint, but it's how well you are set up for what comes next from an ability to provide and care for yourself and your family going forward. And that starts with having a realistic budget on the front end. Okay, you've seen how to protect your finances, but did you know that a 50-50 split isn't always guaranteed in Wisconsin? In this next video, we talk about the factors that affect a 50-50 property division split in a divorce. Thank you, and I will see you over there.